It's Tyzik tingles. ASMR. Hold on. Pretty sure we all agree no one wants to see this dream match anymore. We might actually be past this. Roman Reigns versus The Rock. This is what I wanted to see. I would have rather seen this than the two-peat of Cody versus Roman Reigns for the second time. I still feel like there was a way they could have better creatively went about it if The Rock was to cut in. But of course, uncreative ass WWE. Did you see that picture?
Correct.
What is going on? Why is there a toe in his ear?
The Rock.
Somebody explain to me the context. Is this AI?
What The Rock is cooking.
So apparently, I don't watch NXT, but apparently this happened. So I guess on NXT recently, she said, "It's no secret, WWE has always been my dream." At this point, it feels like WWE is forcing these people to come out here and verbally sell out. Like, who said it? I think it was like Penta or Ray Phoenix, one of them. As soon as they got here, first promo on the mic, interview or whatever it was, live on television, they got them saying like WWE is the best. It's like, chill. You just got here. What do you mean WWE is the best in the world or whatever? I don't know. I just cringe every time I see that shit from talent. Oh, what did she say here?
AEW is the best wrestling company in the world.
Oh, so we just lying then. Okay, you could insert one female talent, past, present, or future, to this faction. Who is she? So Seth Rollins is fake bloodline. Do they even have a name yet? I don't think they do. I mean, if they didn't ruin her before now, Zoe Stark might have been a good pick. Becky Lynch? Okay, you're only picking Becky Lynch because her husband's right here. Like, Lyra? Okay, Zoe Stark. Jade? Jade doesn't need a faction right now. Jade got that Riz. What are we talking? Like, what? What does that have to do with... what do we... Suddenly, there's so much hate towards Wyatt 6. When this faction debuted, everyone was so excited. Now it seems like everybody's turning on them. Why is this happening? Yeah, because creative is ass. What do you mean? Also, what's Alexa Bliss doing? She's still kind of doing Wyatt 6 without being in Wyatt 6. She's like half doing it. All right, so push one, release one, retire one, rehire one. I'm pushing Finn because he hasn't gotten his yet. He's owed at least one more run after that freak accident he had, which wasn't even his fault when he got injured when he first got the championship. Then he just never got another chance, like 8 years even later. Like, so I'm pushing Finn. Otherwise, it would have been Austin Theory for me. Release one, Karrion Kross, LA Knight, Jey Uso, and Gunther. I'm not releasing Karrion Kross, so that's out the window right there. LA Knight's too good. You can be doing a lot of stuff with him too. So it's down to Jey Uso and Gunther.
Pick one and kick one. If WWE had to release one superstar, who would you keep? Jey Uso.
Goodbye, Jay.
Like, what is it? What is it against my boy?
At this point, Gunther has more future, so I gotta say Jey Uso. Sorry, Rikishi.
Tell me in the comments section.
At least Jimmy's still there. He can just do yeet instead. The crowd won't even tell the difference. Retire one. So basically release, but nicer. Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, CM Punk. I think it's Roman Reigns, to be honest. I don't think there's much more for him to do. If the Rock match isn't happening, then he's already done everything. As far as like the pinnacle of what you're not going to top that 4-year reign. You may as well end his story right there and keep that as the perfect ending for, even though they kind of tarnished what happened after that, there's nothing more for him to do. Rehire one. Samoa Joe. Yeah, Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is my favorite Samoan, if we're not counting The Rock. All right, who's better? Corey Graves. McAfee. How many people actually like McAfee? Does McAfee have a strong fan base for commentary? I feel like he's just, how do I explain this? It just feels like a fan jumped the barricade and put a freaking headset on. Like, I don't know. So he tries to do the role of, I guess, funny on commentary. That being said, I didn't really find Jerry the King Lawler funny either. But at least his dynamic with JR was better than this. McAfee and Michael Cole. Yeah, Corey. I forgot what Corey's controversy was. What did he say to get, like, benched, essentially? Or was he... No. He just got benched because clout or whatever. And then he said something. I think that's what happened. I forget. Oh my god, I'm absolutely downloading this. This motherfucker fast as fuck, by the way. Somebody like debuts a new look and this guy's like just boots up the game. That's crazy. It's my tag team partner. Toxic Thunder, yo.
Well, my name is Skylar White, yo. My husband is Walter White, yo.
All right, let's hear the... Okay, hold on. So what are your thoughts on this duo? So Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. Let's hear what Suplex has to say. This is the perfect explanation of why it doesn't work. Okay.
I don't like Seth Rollins' faction, and I have to call it Seth Rollins' faction because they still haven't given it a proper name. But Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman, Don't like it. Haven't liked it for the past month. I've tried to sit with it and be calm with it and be patient with it, but I just don't get it. Well, I was there at WrestleMania 41 when Seth Rollins became a Paul Heyman guy. And I'm all there for WWE trying stuff new. I also understand the jury is still out on whether this pairing actually works for some people. But for me, 2 months is long enough to understand if it works. I just don't see where the...
Has it been 2 months already?
We can loosely compare this to the Paul Heyman.
WWE's, oh my god, pacing is whack. I feel like nothing's happened.
We can loosely compare this to the Paul Heyman-Roman Reigns pairing, because one can argue that Roman Reigns never needed Paul Heyman and vice versa. While there is absolute validity to that claim, what made it so special is that these two were able to feed off of each other. As core, Paul Heyman is a manager, so he felt gratified in knowing that there is something bigger than him that he is able to handle and take hold of. Whenever Roman Reigns was gone, he always confided in Paul Heyman to take care of everything. Yes, the Roman Reigns character never truly needed Paul Heyman, but that Paul Heyman character was used as a sense of vanity for him. Roman Reigns was big, yes, but Paul Heyman just made him feel more important. Also, think about all of those Rise Man Tribal Chief segments that we wouldn't have gotten if these two were not paired together. Paul Heyman, CM Punk, same thing. Did they need each other? I wouldn't say so. But did they feed off each other? They absolutely did, and complemented one another to a T. Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman, I wouldn't say they complemented each other as much as I would say.
If Brock Lesnar didn't have his controversy, the perfect story would have been while CM Punk and Roman Reigns were fighting over who has or who gets the wise man. If Brock Lesnar then came out, that would have been hype.
Brock without Paul just didn't feel right. The pairing works.
True.
He complements him. These two don't need each other, but they also, I don't think, complement each other very well either. My opinion, at least right now, they just don't have good chemistry together. Maybe we need more time.
Yeah, but Heyman kind of just seems like he's there in the background.
Seems like every single time Seth Rollins turns heel, he's booked to be in a faction that only benefits him. That's a discussion we're going to...
I wasn't here too much for that. What was that, Monday Night Messiah? I must have been gone at this point during the time where people were claiming he was carrying. I'm going to cop this. This is one of the wearable shirts. I'm due for another merch review. What I found last time is a bunch of WWE t-shirts especially are just trash. They're unwearable. Like, you can't wear it in public without looking cringe, or the shirt just not making sense if somebody was to read the shirt. This is vague enough to where it just looks like a cool design. But yeah, WWE t-shirts are usually not good. But I just had to get this out of principle because... Okay, and I was looking at this. Every now and then, some of these people do a community tournament, community votes. So this is top 8. Well, now we're down to top 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Best in-ring. So this is all about in-ring. Fuck your t-shirts. Who is the best in-ring out of everybody that was here? Who's eliminated so far? Roman Reigns has been eliminated. Randy Orton's been out. Moxley's gone. And Javon's gone by community vote. Now, I don't know which order this was. I could look into it and check, but actually. Okay, so the first person, wow. Roman went out first. Then Moxley went out. Then Orton's out. Okay, so this is where we're at now. So who's left? We got Seth Rollins, Will Ospreay, AJ Styles, Gunther, Bryan Danielson, Cody, Ilya Dragunov, and Kenny Omega. Ilya, a lot of people are going to be forgetting Ilya, but I put Ilya above Cody. Type at me in the comments. So I would go eliminate Cody. Then it's either Seth, Gunther, or Ilya. Actually, 2025... AJ Styles might be in contention as much as I hate to say it. Let me tell you who's completely safe. It's going to come down to these three. It has to come down to these three. Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson, and Will Ospreay. Ilya might be a sleeper pick because, again, he's been injured for so long now that I have no recency bias to go out or to help his case at the moment. But I know people who fully ride with Seth act like this guy is still in 2017 or some shit. Even if his 2025 is better than a lot of people's like current day, that doesn't mean it's better than these guys' current day. So this is what we're really talking about here. I might straight up give it to Bryan Danielson, to be honest. But once we get to this part, or once we get to here, it's probably more about styles than anything. But if you're trying to be completely objective, I've seen crazy stuff from Bryan Danielson that I've never seen before in my life. So I might have to give it to him. Ospreay, amazing. New generation AJ Styles, I've been saying it. As far as like the style that he's got. Power moves, flying moves, everything. Good strikes. He's got a healthy balance as much as people start trying and say that all he does is flips or whatever, or gymnastics. Let me address this real quick. Okay, so what is it? You say that the internet opinion doesn't matter. The live audience is all that matters. So then explain to me this. Why is it crowds seem to suck ass? Live audience. But then the moves that get them to pop are these moves that you're saying is not like wrestling or whatever. It's always the fancy stuff that is like Hurricane Rana. That's what initially got me into wrestling, if we're being real. When I was a kid, I was seeing moves that looked like impossible to do that I didn't even think was possible, like human interactions. I thought it was just some video game shit. But yeah, I'm going Bryan Danielson if I absolutely have to pick. Let's see what people said. So they're trying to get Gunther out next. Seth Rollins. Gunther's a weird case because I know Gunther's good, but actually I would be okay with Gunther being eliminated too. Gunther has bangers depending on who he's dancing with, but he's got a good style that the people who hate Flippy Dippy would probably like, provided he does his shit clean, because sometimes Gunther really sloppy with his finishers even, and it just looks like ass. Anyways. What the fuck? When did I click this? What is it? Yo, what's the... Send it back. Where's my receipt? Cats with powerful aura? Okay, why the long face is crazy. Top 5 women wrestlers in WWE today. So this is somebody's opinion. Okay, I see a blue check mark, so this is probably just, now that I think about it, engagement bait because Twitter. Number 1, Becky Lynch. Number 2, Rhea Ripley. Number 3, Liv Morgan. It took you 4 tries to say Io Sky, who out of this pool is absolutely number 1. And then Jade Cargill number 5, even though she's still like mystery as far as assessing where her current talents are at. You got her in 5 already. 100% engagement bait. Oh, he kept going. Number 6, Naomi. 7, Nia Jax. 8, Stephanie Vaquer. 9, Roxanne Perez. 10, Charlotte Flair. I know people mad at this. I mean, Rhea's definitely popular, but since like her versus Charlotte, I feel like that match is carrying so hard if people are trying to put her number 1. Because I'm trying to think of more matches she's had. Like, if you stack her against other people who are contenders for, like, 5-star matches, Rhea's not beating, like, Io Sky, for example. Or Bianca, for that matter. Anyways, moving on. Kutie Sane posted. So this is fresh off of, I guess, her Monday Night Raw match. She says, "One of the most painful things for me is when a match is decided not by wrestling, but because of an injury. I always step into the ring with deep respect for my opponent, and I train hard every day to give the audience something they can truly enjoy. Even if it was never intentional, knowing that someone was hurt in a match with me is something I carry deeply. It breaks my heart. I hope with all my heart for a full and speedy recovery. I will continue to give my all in hoping to bring excitement, not pain to..." Kyrie's so cute. I can't even... Also, I don't know if... I might have the screenshot of this. Let me see if I can find it. She looked so disappointed here. When this happened, and then she went over and sat on the ropes and just threw up her hands. Oh my god. I felt so bad for her. But then she just celebrated. Did you see the clip of her running? Let me see if I can find it. She was running the ropes at lightning speed after in celebration, to the point where people thought she was celebrating the injury. Obviously, that's not what she was doing, but people were trying to spin it into that. But that shit made me laugh at how extra that looked. That looked in the moment like this. Okay, somebody get this AI out of here. Oh, fucking A. The fact that I caught that so fast, though. Play it back. Less than, like, 0.28 seconds, I clocked that it was AI. Yeah, so this is the type of AI where you take the photo, and then it animates it for you, I guess. So yeah, these are all photos that exist, but it's just transitional AI. AI is fucking scary. Anyways, that's all we had today for that side quest. Catch you in the next one.